Hi, this is Lessie, and this is my piece for Sounds Magazine. I grew up in a town called Rock Island, Illinois, which is on the Mississippi River by Iowa, and left there at 18, eventually ended up in LA, where I pursued, music professionally. I started singing just naturally from a young age. I always really liked to perform and sing, and people would come over to the house and I would get up and sing for them, and started writing songs from a very young age. I think I always wanted my voice to be heard and to feel understood, so music and writing songs was a good way to process my emotions and feel like I could get my voice out there. Telling myself that soon I will be feeling alright. I think people have been optimistic about the new album, Back to Forever. I feel really good that it's coming. It's been like 3 years since I've put out an album. But yeah, I'm really proud of it. I think it's a really consistently kind of rock pop album. My band played on it, and I think my songwriting just hopefully improves more and more as I do more of it. Is it just me, or do you miss me? Back to Forever is called Back to Forever after the closing track on the album. It's a song that I wrote actually like in my grandparents' closet. I couldn't sleep, and the rest of the house was asleep, so I couldn't make much noise, and didn't really have anything to do, so I just went and sat in the closet and looked at our old photo albums. I was just feeling really emotional and sentimental and nostalgic looking at these photos of my old dog and my old house and just the really awesome childhood I had before I really knew about all the scary stuff that was going on in the world. And ultimately, Back to Forever is sort of morbid because it's a song about going back to where you were born to be buried, and reflecting back on these moments of your childhood and how time just seems to go so fast as you get older. So I just thought Back to Forever was a nice all-encompassing sort of sentiment. I didn't feel like Catching a Tiger, like you said, it was well received critically, and we got a lot of great fans through touring and radio play and things like that through Catching a Tiger. But I never felt like I blew up and suddenly was a huge star or anything. So to be honest with you, this album, I feel like my career thus far has been a nice steady climb. So I don't really feel pressure. I mean, I guess I hope people like it and get to know me and understand me a bit better, a better idea of what I'm trying to do. I had heard in an interview 3 years ago that Ellie mentioned she liked my music, and I didn't know much about her, but everyone that I knew from here said, "Oh, she's really great. That's such a compliment," So then we sort of got hooked up at the Great Escape in Brighton, just to meet, really. But she liked my song Everywhere I Go, and so she got up and we sang it together. And through meeting her and talking for 3 hours and then singing, I really liked her. I thought she was really fun and a nice person, and we became friends and sang together a few more times after that. But I actually haven't really talked to her in almost 2 years, so I think when we were in the same place at the same time, I think she's lovely, but I do think everyone exaggerates it and acts like we're best friends, and it's we're not really best friends. But I like her and I wish her well. I'm 30, which is an interesting age because I was sort of I lived life without any cell phone or internet, and then I also now am still young and have this fully immersed in social media and my cell phone, and I'm addicted to it, and I have an iPad and a MacBook Pro, and I have all my gadgets, so it's kind of cool to be that generation that remembers what it was like before all that. I do hope that an album like a body of material, like an album will still be an important thing, and that it won't just be about singles, but who knows what'll happen. But I think it's a really good way just to keep people like up to date on what you're doing, and give them lots of content so they don't get bored, you know, keep them learning more about you. My ideal would be to, I mean, really just to like be happy in life, I guess. But I think it's just finding that balance of like having success, being respected and understood, and having kind of a foothold in the industry to where I can make and sell records and feel like my fans are there and they're always going to be there, and that I have this sort of timeless music and this long career that when I'm 60 years old I can do a tour and people will want to see me. So I think it's just sort of being able to balance all the things in my life, and then to, you know, hit the road and have 5,000 people who want to come see me, or 30,000 people who want to come see me, and that I'm respected by my peers and audience, you know?
I'll be feeling alright.